Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a Monday. It's Truth and Reconciliation Day Eve in Canada.
Hello, Gina.
Hello.
Hey.
Happy Truth and Reconciliation Day. So is this like a holiday where you need to feel shame? You know, like how we have like Martin Luther King Day and stuff like where people are supposed to be ashamed of what we've done in the past, or is this like something else?
Yeah, basically, and just to educate yourself and about everything that happened our it could have been our ancestors or like just
So
everything
wait,
that happened.
I thought nothing bad ever happened in Canada. I thought y'all were just really nice.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
y'all keep that under wraps because I didn't know. No, y'all keep it a secret. It's hush hush.
Well, yeah, it was hush hush for many years until recently, and I'm like, if they find one like a few unmarked graves with Aboriginals and stuff like that of what they did because they would be taking they were savages. They would separate families and their kids and put them in like schooling, like different schooling and stuff
Oh,
like
look at
that.
y'all. Look at y'all being just as bad as us. Look at y'all.
So it
Oh,
happened in the States too. It happened everywhere.
I thought we were the only ones separating people from their families. Look at Canada jumping on the bandwagon. Okay.
No,
Okay.
and so they found a whole bunch of unmarked graves, and then I'm like, oh, there's going to be a lot more than just one area. There's a lot more all over Canada.
True. Not to desecrate the grave, but should we get to the other way?
Yes.
Yeah, let's not talk about the negative hidden stereotypes of Canada that we didn't know about. Let's not get deep into that.
True. So okay, the other way is what couple jumped out at you that you're most excited to talk about? Let's talk about them first.
Uh that's a lot. That was a very action-packed question. Um
Were you shocked Chloe didn't know it was scared of the gas stove?
I mean, look, okay. So I know everybody is gonna dog her for that or drag her, but I do feel that way about a gas stove. I had um, a bad situation with a gas stove. So I had a growing up, there was a gas stove, and you know how it's supposed to click and it lights itself. Well, ours stopped clicking, so you would light a match and
Mhm.
stick it in the gas to light it. But I was young, so I left the gas on while I went and found a match, and then I went back to light the match, and it set the whole kitchen on fire. Like her fear, like her actual fear, like it's an unlocked fear for me because I actually did.
Mhm.
And then at that point, I realized that we didn't have a fire extinguisher, so
Mhm.
run across the street to the lady across the street's house, Miss Troy, actually. I had to run over to her house and bang on the door and tell her that my house was on fire because I happened to be home alone and ask her for a fire extinguisher. So she comes over and helps me extinguish the fire. So I was just like, oh, my personal experience kind of makes me understand that. But not everybody has gone through that. It's not that
Mhm.
serious, but like for me, it like brought me back to that moment where I almost burned our house down. So
Like you is
I'm with George. I'm terrified of gas stoves. I'm like, no, I can't do this. No, not gonna
so
do
do you
it.
you have like you don't have so you don't have gas right now then, right?
I don't have a gas line in my home at all. So
True.
like, but when I lived in Ohio, I had gas in my like a gas line because our heat was gas, our dryer was gas. I had like a gas line. And so because I had to have like gas, the fume, what do you call them? Like detectors, because I had to have the detectors all through the house because you could, if there's a gas leak. But
Yeah.
now I don't have any gas line in my home at all. Everything's electric. All the kitchen stuff is electric. So I don't have any of that. I do still have the carbon monoxide detectors and stuff. But yeah, everything's electric and I have like the glass flat top. So there's literally
Mhm.
no fire. And I don't have a fire.
Yeah.
I bought a fake fireplace, the kind that you put it there and it makes a fake flame and it looks like there's fire. There's no real fire here.
Mm. Like, yeah, so I guess you won't be goofing on Chloe anytime soon, but like, isn't it sad that she had to boil eggs? She couldn't even make like scrambled eggs.
Well, she said that she doesn't really know how to cook. And, she said that she eats out a lot, but I don't know how much I believe her because she's in really good shape. People that eat out every single day, every single meal, they don't typically look like her. So I don't know how much I believe her story because I was like, I don't know. You maintain a good stature for somebody that just eats out every day. So I don't know.
Yeah, because she seems like she would have her iced coffee and she would have her like Chick-fil-A. Like she'll eat whatever's like trendy.
Well, yeah, but you can't eat every day, 3 meals a day out. You can't maintain a waistline like that because the quicker the serve restaurant is, the more, GMO it is. So you're not gonna be able to maintain a good stature. So I don't believe that she literally eats out every single meal of every day. She gotta know how to cook something, right? Like she gotta be cooking something.
Yeah, I mean, she probably I don't know. She probably we got to ask the chicks that are listening live. What's the what do y'all eat like hummus and like uh carrots and celery and shit that keeps you thin.
Rabbit food,
Yeah,
rabbit food, lots of veggies and protein.
yeah, there's a lot of shakes and stuff. I don't know, but okay, there's
Greek
that. Oh,
yogurt.
mhm.
She must
And
go to the
then
gym. She's probably a gym rat.
yeah, she posted a photos today on her Instagram where where you wear those like shorts that accentuate your booty in the gym. So she's wearing those.
Yeah, she definitely has to go to the gym. She looks great. She's definitely in her sexy era. So when she said that she couldn't cook and she ate out every day, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I believe that. Unless I mean, she could eat out every day and she just orders a salad everywhere. Like it is possible, I guess. If you just order a salad and an ice water with lemon, it could be possible that you still look that good.
Mhm. Let's see. Elena in the chat says Chloe probably gets food out that's healthier and she probably works out and she probably has a fast metabolism because she's very young, early 20s.
True,
Yeah, that's
true.
true. That's true. Yeah, those young people, they be eating whatever they want and don't gain no weight. No, you're so right. That's so right. It's once you get a certain age, you look at food and you gain 14 pounds. She's not there yet. So I think that that might be it too, because she definitely looks like great, right? Like I'm just like, damn, you definitely don't eat much because you look amazing.
And again, I don't know what her like recreational pastimes are, but I don't know if she does any like well, I'm making a joke by the way. This is allegedly, but like there's certain activities, recreational activities, wink wink, you could do that'll make you thin too. Meaning like nose candy. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I really do wish that I was younger. I got addicted to that because it would be so much easier than going to the gym. I was like, damn, I wish I would have got addicted to lines. Like that would make it so much easier for me, but I didn't do it. So unfortunately, I got to go to the gym now.
Yeah, because I know Boston is known for its snow, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, this
But
snowflake era out there. So
yeah, and then speaking of like food and eating, the only other like memeable thing that like pops out of my mind from tonight's episode is Madeleine when she was like with the wedding planner, she was like fingering that like I don't know what food that was, but it was almost like peanut butter. She was like fingering it and sucking on her finger and stuff. Did you notice that?
yeah, that's so weird, right? She was using her fingernail as like a spoon.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest thing. Like, are your fingernails even clean?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, was it like Nutella or something or what?
I thought it was peanut butter, but I wasn't paying a lot of attention. But
Yeah.
it was weird to me because I was like, those are nails, and they're not even her nails; they're fake nails. So I was like, how do you even clean those thoroughly? Because they're like 50 feet long. So yeah, that was weird for me.
That was grody for you.
Yeah, it wasn't something I enjoyed watching because
Mhm.
I just feel like, because what if her butt itched and she was scratching her butt and like now she's like licking off of her, like I don't know, my mind goes weird places because I was just like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like memeing it because somebody sent me the video clip of it. So I'm thinking of like slowing down the video and she's sucking on her finger and then putting like music with it. So it'd be funny. I don't know.
I like that idea. I like it. It matters what song we have to
Yeah,
brainstorm the right song for it, but yeah, I think it would work.
You
true.
could put Lollipop by Little
Uh,
Little
Wayne.
Wayne.
oh, What is it? Like a lollipop or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. I like that. I'll work on that after the show if I have time. Um, so what else happened tonight's episode? I actually had like
Oh,
no live tweets and shit.
yeah, I saw that you didn't tweet, which was weird. But oh, Madelein said that she made $4,800 that current month at her beauty salon, however you spell it. So I tweeted out that I wanted to audit her books because I wanted to know who was paying her to make them beautiful because I don't feel like she makes herself very beautiful. So I was like, I want to know who paid you $4,800 to make them beautiful, and also if she was making almost 5 grand a month, why was she asking for so much money from Luke?
Hmm.
It was like, oh, you're not sending me enough money. And he said he sent her like $1,022 in, I don't know, December. And that was for the wedding, which was the payment for the wedding. And then the wedding planner said she only got $240. So there was like a discrepancy. And then she said that he was calling her a thief. And then in another scene, she's like, no, that money was for my rent. And I was like, why does he have to pay so much if you're the only one that has a profitable business? Shouldn't you be paying your rent out of that?
Yeah, I don't even believe that because like didn't we got to the conclusion that that shit closed down allegedly like last December. So to me, I almost treat her business like a pop-up shop, like for the sake of the show. So I don't even consider it real.
Well, that's funny because did you notice that she tried to make it look like she had customers, but the customer that she had was her mom?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, she brought her mom in to be the person sitting in the salon chair for when Luke arrived unannounced to make it look like there was customers, but it wasn't anybody in there but her and her mom and I think one other girl who I think worked there. So
Or
like
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
friend. It could be her friend.
yeah, so I think you're 100% right. I think it's a pop-up shop and when they're filming, she contracts people to come and make it look like there's something going on there. I think you're 100% right.
True. And then I forgot what her mom looks like, but I think somebody messaged me and said, damn, her mom looked young or something.
Her mom looks younger than her, which I thought was really weird because, she's like 19, 20. But her
Yeah.
mom was cute. And I was thinking, like, I don't know, maybe Luke should be trying to get with the mom because the mom, she seemed much more calm and
Mhm.
much more tolerable than her. So I was just like, I don't know, the mom is looking kind of hot to me, like based on her attitude and her daughter's attitude. I was like, I would have talked to the mom.
Well, like when she was describing the mother, she was kind of saying like she was Jasmine-esque in her mothering, but then I guess she was saying that she just was working all the time.
Well, yeah, I think that when parents work two and three jobs and they're struggling, children look at it as I think a long time ago I heard the one lady that I don't remember the Ayana Fix Your Life lady said she said children measure time or children measure love in time. Parents measure love in money or what you can do and what you can give your child and the life you can give them. And I think that's where the disconnect goes between children and parents because the child looks at it as you were never there, but the
Mhm.
parent looks at it as you didn't have to grow up in the ghetto like I did, so I did a good job. And I think there's a massive disconnect between the two. So she probably feels like she wasn't there for me, she didn't love me, but the mom probably look at it as I worked three jobs and I gave her everything she needed. That's how she knows I love her. But I think that they don't see eye to eye on that. A lot of parents think that they're like, oh, as long as I give them everything I didn't have, they'll know that I love them. But children don't really care about that
Mhm.
because I didn't even know I was poor growing up until I went to somebody's house that was rich. And then I realized that I was poor. I didn't even realize that, but my mom was always there. So I didn't have that issue.
Yeah, when you grow up poor, like you don't realize it as much. Eh,
I didn't know that people had houses that big and they had like garages full of cars and like I didn't know until I showed up to one of my friends' houses and I was like, "This is your house. This isn't like a hotel." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Am I poor?" And then my sister's like, "Yes, we are so poor." Like, yeah, you didn't know, and I'm like, "Now I do." Damn.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, I grew up poor too, and that's so like I remember like one Christmas I got a Christmas gift, and I think it was like it was a toy, and it was like I think the price for the toy was like $20, and then like to me in my world like it was like two in my head it was like the equivalent of like $2,000 or something like now, like that's how much it felt like to me.
Yeah, yeah, and to help things, my mom picked a weird cult religion where we didn't celebrate Christmas. So she didn't have to, I didn't like know that we were poor because when I didn't get a Christmas present, they were like, "Oh, we don't celebrate Christmas. That's a pagan holiday. It's like against God." Like that's what they taught us. And then I realized that we probably did celebrate Christmas. We probably just couldn't afford it. It was just easier for her to be like, "No, we don't do that. It's demonic." It was just easier to say that than to say we're broke and I couldn't afford to buy all y'all presents. Like I figured that out too as I got older.
Yeah, she was like the tooth fairy, that's a demonic person, so you ain't getting no
Yeah.
tooth fairy money either.
Anything that brought you presents was against our religion. And then when I got older, I was like, oh, that's so fucking convenient. Anything that I could have gotten a present, we didn't believe in that. And then as an adult, I was like, were you fucking with me? And my mom was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. We just couldn't afford that stuff.
Damn.
Yeah.
She was like, your birthday, that's a demonic holiday. We're not gonna celebrate that.
Yeah, she was like, "You shouldn't want to get older. That's demonic. Don't even celebrate that." So,
True. Yeah, save that for with the Canadian holidays. Anyway, just kidding.
oh,
All right, who else will we talk about? I know, like, what's her name? The chick went to France and she was complaining she had no room, and she was complaining that the husband wasn't husbanding and he was only fathering.
yeah, her story's getting repetitive really fast for me. Like, I assumed moving into her mom's house was gonna be annoying, and then she was like, "I don't really know where I'm gonna put all my stuff." And I thought it was funny though, because her husband's attitude was really different from hers. Like, she was like, "I'm exhausted. This is surreal, and this is gonna be really hard." And then her husband sat in his little in the moment interview, and he's like, "I'm just grateful to be at another place I don't have to pay rent in." He was just like, I love it. This is perfect. I don't care about anything. I'm just going to sit here and do the same thing I did in LA and just sit on my ass. He was like, everything is good. I couldn't be happier. And then she was just sitting there like crying, like, her crying, pissed off, annoyed, sad, all of her emotions falling out at once. And I think it's funny that they're so opposite because he could care less about anything going around him. As long as somebody is paying his rent, he has no issues in the world. And she's like so different than that. So it's kind of getting repetitive for me.
Yeah, he's the glass half full and she's the glass half empty.
Right, right. If she had $2,000, all she can think of is she doesn't have $4,000. And him, if he has $1, he's like, well, at least it's more than 50 cents. Like he's like, we got more than 50 cents, so we're good to go. So yeah, it's kind of getting old for me.
Yeah, and I could tell they're probably not banging. They're not banging that often.
Well, I think that that's okay. So my theory is he doesn't really like her. He's not even really attracted to her. I think that he found somebody that he thinks is gonna take care of him. I think that he like love bombed her and like banged her as much as possible in the beginning, and now he feels like he paid his dues and he doesn't have to touch her anymore. Like that's the vibe that I get. I don't know them well enough to know what they're doing in their bedroom or whatever, but that's just the vibe that I get. I feel like he love bombed her in the beginning and got her hooked, and now he's just reaping the rewards of laying the pipe. I think that's what's going on.
Yeah, he laid the pipe and now he just wants to smoke like an old man pipe.
Yeah, he just wants to chill while she takes her ass to work and he plays video games all day. I feel like that's he put in the work and that's his reward.
Yeah, true. All right, now who haven't? I'm trying to remember who haven't we talked about. I know like Jenny and Summit were not on this episode, but who haven't we talked about that was on this episode? Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the cat girl, whatever.
Oh yeah, the Greta chicks. Yeah, so she met the people that were taking her cat,
Mhm.
and I don't know.
Well, let's start with this. Like, do you feel that she even has a good personality or not?
I mean, I liked her at first. I felt like she was very quirky and funny and I mean, she has a personality, not the type of personality of somebody that I would want to date, but I think that she has like a likable personality. Like she could be a friend. Like I don't
Mhm.
know what people would see in her to want to be with her, but I definitely think that she seems like a decent person. I don't know. I think the fact that she's giving up her cat, I put out a tweet earlier and I was like, there's one thing that really irritates me, and it's people that abandon people. And I was like, Larissa started it, Jasmine, carried it on, and now we got Greta. They're like, these people trigger me because they abandon people or animals for what they want. And I think that that's a triggering thing for me. Like I feel like you shouldn't abandon people. You should take people with you. Like there's nothing wrong with taking people with you. If you want to change your life and do something different and you'll be happy, somewhere else, take them with you. Like the abandonment thing is really getting to me.
Yeah, like and then I'm trying to think. So yeah, like yeah, I'm initially I was kind of intrigued by her, but I'm a little bored by her. But then, as far as like what happened this tonight's episode, so when she landed, I guess the boyfriend was like, "Oh, you kind of stink." And then when she got to his house, she was kind of upset that he didn't prepare the house enough for her, and she was like, "What the fuck? You didn't really like ready the place for me." So that was the complaint from her.
Yeah, I saw that. He said that, yeah, she stunk, which I get, I feel like traveling, you're too close in proximity to people. So I feel like whenever I get off a plane, I feel like I stink. I don't know if I actually do. I just feel like I do. So I think he actually verified that she did. So that was a bit much. No one's actually verified it for me. But
Mhm.
and the fact that he didn't do anything, and I was like, I don't that's kind of what all other people do on 90 Day Fiance. They don't actually prepare anything. They just wait till the person shows up. Because I remember Jabri and Miona had that issue because I
Mhm.
was like, you need to start getting ready for her or whatever. And then
I wonder if that's I wonder if the producers like I wonder if that's like a produced storyline because like for example obviously the most funny one is when like Jasmine came to Gino's house and he still had like pee in the toilet.
oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that could be definitely something that they hype up. They're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
you're gonna use the bathroom before we start filming. Don't flush it." Or
Yeah.
yeah, like I think that they might, push that. But it's definitely a recurring theme where
Mhm.
people they don't prepare anything. They don't clean out like a space in the closet. They don't clean the house. They don't do anything. And yeah, it's very recurring on these. And I think it's crazy because he only has a room because he lives with his mom and dad. So all he had to literally do was straighten up his room. Like it's not even the whole damn house. And it's not asking a lot, but when somebody's getting rid of their cat for you, you can at least clean your room, right?
Yeah, and also it's like if you're in love with her and even if she does like stink after traveling, like you shouldn't I feel like it's rude to say you stink.
Yeah, it is rude. Like even if someone does, it's rude. There's
Yeah, like there's different ways of going about it. Instead of saying you stink, like you could say, "Hey, let me run a bubble bath for you, sweetie."
Yeah, there's a better way of saying it. I think everybody says it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you can say the meanest, most horrible things to people in a loving way. If
Mhm.
you don't have to make it sound the way that it is. So yeah, I agree with you. I think telling a girl after she flew halfway around the world for you that she stinks is diabolical behavior, right? Like that's crazy behavior. She flew halfway around the world for you, and the first thing you do when you hug her is be like, "Oh, you stank." That's crazy. That's diabolical.
True, and then like based on the whole cat thing, like so the people that she gave the cat to, they're just like, are they just like holding it temporarily in the hopes that they could then send it to her in the UK? Is that the plan?
No, that's not what she said. She said that she
Okay.
didn't want to bring the cat with her because she said it would be unfair to the cat to have to go, first of all, fly across the world and then like live
Oh
in
yeah.
a house with other animals. And she said that it
Yeah.
wouldn't be fair for the cat to have to adjust to something like that in its old age because this is an old cat, right? And the older the cats are, the less likely they're going to get along or learn to
Mhm.
get along with other animals. Because it's very possible. I know a lot of people that have had kittens from when they were born, and they'll move them in with like other cats, dogs. I know people that have cats and squirrels in the same house.
Mhm.
The younger your cat is, the more likely they'll be able to learn to get along with other animals and not try to kill them. But I think
Mhm.
that cat is so much older, she thinks that the cat wouldn't be able to adapt.
True. Were there any people else on the episode that we haven't talked about?
No, I think that's all we got. It was only an hour long. It was only an hour long tonight, and that's all we really got. And it wasn't much to it. I did tweet a lot though. I just want to bring
Mhm.
it up. I tweeted like at least 30 times.
Really, I'm
Yeah,
surprised that you
yeah.
were
I'm
that
very
inspired.
proud of myself because you said you tweeted 0 times.
The only thing I tweeted was I have all this shit to do tonight, and then I finished watching the whole episode, and then I was like, oh wait, I didn't have any tweets, and let me post a Game of Thrones shame graphic. By the way, have you watched Game of Thrones or no?
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay. Okay, so then that GIF that I posted is probably over your head, but there's a famous scene in Game of Thrones where this lady's like walking through a courtyard with like a bell, and she just keeps yelling like "shame," and it rings a bell, "shame."
Oh,
It's like
but I know that scene, but not from Game of Thrones. I know that scene from, you know, that movie. What's the name of that movie? The Scarlet Letter. You know the book, The
hmm
Scarlet Letter.
hmm
And then they made a movie called Easy A. Um,
hmm
I know that scene from that where they make the whore walk through the courtyard and they shame her. Like I know that from that book, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I read that book
True.
in high school. I don't know why they had us reading books about whores in high school, but I read the Scarlet Letter in high school, and that's what they shamed the whores in the town square and they threw shit at them. So I remember that from that.
True. Yeah, we got to do a poll where we say, should we get George to watch? We have to figure out a show that you haven't watched, and then figure out if we should bully you into watching a show. So the ones that come to mind, well, Game of Thrones is one, like Walking Dead is another. But the issue with Walking Dead is like there's so many fucking seasons, it'll take you like forever to watch Walking Dead. So maybe not that one.
Yeah, I'm not against watching new shows. Like I remember I started watching Arrested Development like years after it started. And I started streaming it, and eventually I got to the end. And I also did that with Weeds. I don't know if you ever watched Weeds.
Mm-hmm.
I started streaming that like after it was on for years, and I eventually
Yeah.
caught up. And there was another one.
Like
I
in
did,
the
I
in.
did that with Superstore.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, I started Superstore like 2 seasons late, but yeah,
Yeah.
and I eventually caught up.
Like there was it's okay if I could, if it's, you don't care if I spoil something from The Walking Dead, do you?
No, I highly doubt I'm gonna watch it. So yeah.
Okay, so if, oh yeah, so I'm gonna spoil something from The Walking Dead anyway. So like there was this like famous, I don't know if you can, I don't know if it's considered like a jump the shark kind of scene, but or moment in the show, but like there was a scene, a famous like scene from whatever season where there's the guy Negan, who he's the guy that walks around with like a spiked bat and he's like a villain. And there was a scene where they had like a bunch of the main characters, like all, he basically captured all like the main popular cast members and like, you know, surrounded them around like a campfire. And he basically like went one by one. He didn't like, so anyway, he walked around one by one. And then long story long, he basically like bashed like half the cast like heads in with the spike bat and like killed like half the cast. And like everyone's like, oh my God, you just killed like all of our favorite people. And then a lot of people like after that happened, just like stopped watching the show. They're like, yo, you just killed like our favorite people. And then they just like a ton of people were upset and just like stopped watching after that.
Oh, why would they do that? Were they like getting new people or something? That's a weird
Mm,
thing to do.
I don't know. I mean, not really. I'm not. I don't know if I'm embellishing or not, but definitely like at least like two or three of the main, at least a couple of the main characters, they definitely pop their heads. So people were upset after that and they stopped watching.
Oh, oh shit. Well, that sounds like a final season act. Like you only do that when you know you're not going to be doing the show anymore. You know, like that's a final season thing.
Yeah. So I don't. I still I stuck all the way to the end because I'm like a loyalist, and then I think I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do like a Walking Dead movie. I know they're taking Mandalorian, the Star Wars show, and they're making that into a movie. So if you're a Mandalorian fan, you're gonna have to go to the movie theater to watch the new shit. But anyway,
Oh, the Mandalorian. That's the cartoon one, right?
no, no, it's the one with like Pascal. I forget the guy, the actor who's in like everything now. Pedro Pascal, he's
It's
in it
the
with
one
the
that,
it's a with the Baby Yoda,
yeah, the Baby Yoda.
but
Yeah.
it's not a cartoon though. Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was a cartoon. There's something on Disney Plus with the Baby Yoda on there, and it's a cartoon. I don't know.
true,
I can't keep
true.
up.
Well, that's a true. Let's see. Yeah, by the way, I mean, if anyone's dying to chat before we end it, let me know in the text chat. But
Oh yeah, Lana's here.
I think we covered
Did we
everything.
talk to Lana?
Yeah, maybe Lana. Oh, and did you notice that what's his name? Luke said that he only had $3,000 when he went to Colombia, and that's the exact amount that his dad gave him. So before
Oh,
his dad gave him the check, was he just gonna show up there with no money?
oh, I didn't even like realize that that was the same amount.
Yeah, his dad wrote him a check for $3,000 at the airport and was like, "Here, I just want you to be okay, you know, when you're going." And he's like, "Thank you, that was really kind." And then when he got to the wedding planner, he was like, "I have $3,000. Period." He was like, "That's all I have to my name. So is that going to be enough?" And I was like, "So wait, before your dad gave you any money, were you just going to show up there with like no money?" Like
Hmm.
that's wild to me. So I'm beginning to think that's a storyline in itself because nobody will go to another country with no money. Well, no, actually, Lauren did. Didn't he?
Colty would.
Yo, actually, you know what? Yeah, I take that whole statement back because yeah, Cole totally do that, and so would Lauren. Because I remember when Lauren got to Face House, he was like, "I have like $18." Remember or something? I was like, "No, actually, I take that whole statement back. People would do that. We just wouldn't do that."
Hmm. True. All right, let's see if Lana's there, but yeah, Lana, I gave you speaking privilege, but since it's a school night, let's keep it short. If you want to talk, Lana, hi. Lana, you there? Uh,
Oh,
Maybe she's not.
it says she's muted.
well, she has the ability to unmute. She has to unmute herself or something. Like,
Yeah,
anyway, maybe she's stepped away or something.
yeah, maybe she's unavailable at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah,
True.
he was in my live earlier when we were having issues. We couldn't
Okay.
work, so I was hoping to hear from Lana tonight.
Oh yeah, well, you still have to watch League Love Island games.
Yeah, I still need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I didn't go on. Well, no, I was on social media because I was tweeting or whatever, but I kept it on just my tweets. I didn't look at anything else, so it hasn't been ruined for me. So I'm good to go. I can still watch it. I'll just stay off of Instagram and Twitter while I watch it. I'll do it the old fashioned way and keep my phone away from me the whole time.
Like it's not a spoiler, but I will say it was a good episode in the sense of like it flew. Like I was watching it, and then before I blinked twice, and then it was like the end of the show, which means it was like entertaining.
Uh,
Well, we've been telling you that. Like, you just blink and you're like,
But I also watched it
no.
at 2x speed. By the way, Lana, I think you're here or something.
Yes, I'm here now. Sorry, guys. I was on my speaker and I couldn't get it to turn off that damn thing.
True. So any new horror? Well, I should be scared to ask. Any light horror stories? Not real horror, not super horrible horror stories.
No, no stories. It's been pretty quiet and pretty good. So that's good. But I'll tell you what, I want to talk about Love Island. I'm caught up.
Are you hooked now?
I'm totally hooked.
Did you watch tonight's episode though?
No, I haven't watched tonight's
Uh,
yet, but I wanted
okay.
to ask you guys, what did you think about Johnny switching on her
Oh,
yesterday?
like I mean, so far it's working out pretty smoothly for him because like
But I do want to say, I think Johnny's like a little too douchey for his
Mm-hmm.
face. Like, I feel like he thinks he's more attractive than he is. Like, I feel like he's a little too douchey for his face. Like, I think that he thinks he looks a lot better than he does to be
You're
treated.
exactly right.
yeah,
That's
like
exactly who he is. Justine, the girl that he walked in with, they were on the show together on a different season, and Johnny was with Justine's best friend, Celie. So
Oh,
if you
Gosh.
guys have seen the after show where they show Celie talking, that's Johnny's ex.
Yeah, I've seen the after show,
wait.
after fun.
I didn't see it. What did she say?
Who, Celie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was cordial.
Yeah,
She's
she's
just
always
like,
been. They've always been cordial about each other, but I think Johnny did her dirty in real life. They stayed together after the show and everything, but I think he did her dirty in real life. And that's
yeah.
why Justine didn't like Johnny. So when they both walked in the villa together, I was hooked from that point on.
Like yeah, he's definitely like a top dog, but then it's like there'll eventually be a challenge that isn't about like physical whatever abilities.
Yes.
So then when it's like a non-physical challenge, then he's gonna if he loses, they're gonna kick his ass out so fast.
Yeah. When it comes to
mhm.
anything, if they do a challenge where you have to use your brain,
Mhm.
Johnny's done.
Well,
Yeah,
I
like
think a
when
lot of them can't like I think a lot of them don't have a brain. So
Right?
that's
Well,
really interesting.
what
yeah.
got me was how he love bombed Audrina when they came in. Like
Yes.
he hooked onto her and because she was like, "Oh, you let me on," and he was trying to downplay it, and I was like, "No, you did. You made it seem like she was the only girl there." And I was like, you needed to get coupled with her because you needed to stay. And then when you realized you didn't need her anymore, you kicked her ass to the curb like she was nothing. And a lot of people were coming out on her because they were like, oh, she's being too emotional. This is a game. She's taking it too personal. What people don't realize is they were banging each other before they were on the show.
Exactly.
So she thought, oh, this is my boyfriend coming on the show. He's got my back, obviously, because we were in a relationship before this. He's the last person here to screw me over would be him, but he was the first person there to screw her over.
That's right.
That's
Well,
like
person, the second person, because we had Tyreek screw her over, and then we had him screw her. He screwed her over.
Them banging in real life. Like, is that a well-known like public fact, or is that like a tea thing?
On the night that he came into the house, they didn't say that part, but then they were like, well, you know, we have kissed a lot before and we have
Or we have history or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
They did kind of say that, you know, they were talking a lot outside of the show, but you know, at their age and the way they look, talking means banging. They were banging each other. So I think that she had a trust in him that he betrayed, because outside of the show they had a relationship. And I think that she thought the relationship was going to transfer into the show, but he entered the show, you know, the way most people do. Like, I'm trying to win and I don't care about anybody here but me. You know, that's the attitude a lot of people go in when there's a whole bunch of money on the line. But I think she was acting with a lot of emotion because she thought that that was somebody that loved her, and he actually don't give a damn about her at all.
Yeah, like he threw her under the bus in every which way you could imagine, which is not just like in the competition or the game, but he said like she has like no personality and it's like working extra hard to see and carry a conversation with her. So he really like trashed her.
And I guarantee you, Johnny will not couple up with any of the black girls in the villa.
What? Why you say that?
Because he don't like black girls.
How do you know that?
I know that from the season that he was on.
His mama is black.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'll be damned.
I thought Adriana was Dominican.
No, I said his baby mama.
I didn't even know he had a baby.
No, he did. He said on the first,
I knew that.
On the first one that he was a dad, because I was like, oh, here we go again. Because, you know, Huda, she was like, I'm a mommy. I'm a mamacita. I'm a mommy.
Oh, maybe that's why Celie left him. Maybe he got another girl knocked up.
But you know what I was thinking? I was like, maybe he went and revealed that he was a dad right away. So, because, you know, when Huda did it, she was like, you can't vote me off. I'm a mom. You can't vote me off. I'm a mom. You can't be mean to me. I'm a mom. I was like, maybe he's going to use that as, well, y'all can't kick me off. I have a daughter.
Yeah, I have a child to take care of.
Yeah.
But he's only said it once. He's only said it once, and after that, he's never said it again.
Well, yeah, you're right. Huda used it. Once Huda started getting into it with people, she started using it as a defense a lot.
Yeah, another Jasmine, huh? Only bring up her other kids when she had to.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, did y'all see the post? Jasmine responded to somebody's comment and said, because somebody was like, what are you going to do about your other kids? And she said that they're actually coming here to America to live with her and Matt's going to adopt them. Did y'all see that?
No.
I see, yeah, somebody sent it to me, but.
With what money?
I seen somewhere that said she's pregnant again. Is that true?
No, she debunked that herself.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the latest in the Jasmine saga. So, you know, she kept saying that her and Matt weren't even together, but now she's saying that he's not only, they're still together, they're buying a house. Oh, did you also see that they were looking at houses to buy together?
I did.
And her kids' paperwork is filed, and when they get here, he's legally adopting the children. And
that part I'm skeptical of. But
yeah, me too.
Well, it's hard to believe anything that she says. She's such a liar, right? And at this point, she's really scavenging to try to save face because people have been so nasty to her, and she can barely take, you know, the hate. She's trying to do or say anything she can to cut down on the backlash. So I was like, I hope she wouldn't lie about this, because this is like a serious thing. Don't lie and say your kids are coming here when they're not. But it's hard to know when she's telling the truth and when she's not.
How are we supposed to believe her when she doesn't even show herself FaceTiming them, letting them see their baby sister and interact with her and all of that? You know, we don't see any of that.
Remember, like I made it. I don't know if it was like a meme, but I made a post. I was giving her a hard time where like her refrigerator had like a, what's it called, like the sonogram photo of the baby, but then she had no photos of her sons on the same refrigerator. And I was like, what the fuck? You just have your new baby on the refrigerator, but not pictures of your sons on your refrigerator?
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
I do know, I saw on Reddit, I know people say you need to stay the hell off of Reddit. I saw on Reddit that somebody posted they were on a flight from, I don't remember, maybe Orlando to Panama, I believe.
Mhm.
And they said that Jasmine and that baby were on that flight and they were going to Panama. And they said that they didn't say nothing to Jasmine, but when they were getting off the plane, they asked the flight attendant, they said, does that lady take this flight frequently? Because, there's only one flight that goes out of Orlando to Panama every day. So, and the flight attendant says, oh, yeah, she takes this flight pretty regularly. So, if that's true, TLC is definitely leaving out the fact that she frequently visits her children, and I think that it's weird that she doesn't take pictures on the flight, to show people like, hey, stop saying that I don't care about my kids. Look at me, I'm in Panama, or tag that she.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
really weird to me that she would be taking that flight regularly, but let people drag her up and down the mud pile, without, posting her with her babies in Panama, because that would debunk that completely. People, you can't say something that's not true. I mean, you can, but if she would post that she's in Panama regularly, I think a lot of people would stop coming down on her so hard. So I'm really confused by that.
That's so
Mhm.
true. I hope everything turns backwards on her ass. And I hope when Matt meets her boys, I hope he falls in love with the boys and then he neglects their daughter because that's what he wanted.
Mhm.
Oh, well, I don't want anybody to neglect the baby. I don't want that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just showing the baby more attention. I mean, showing the boys more attention. And Jasmine, you know how she is. She's so fucking insecure. She would be like, look at now, you want my boys, but you don't want the baby girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Matt is probably an idiot, I guess. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's one of those men because there's so many men that do the same thing. They're like, oh, I don't want a daughter, I want a son. And then the second they have a daughter, I think Carrie Underwood wrote a song about it. It's called American Girl. And the second they get that daughter, that's that daddy's girl daughter, and he would do anything for her. He would give her life for that child. A lot
Right.
of them do that. They say, oh, I don't want a daughter, I don't want anything to do with it. I want a son. And then they hold that daughter for the first time and they don't even remember saying that shit. So
That's true. That's true, George.
I think a lot of men go through that ignorant phase of, oh, I don't know, and then it's true. They get that baby girl in their hand and they don't see nobody else in the world. That's the only, they protect that girl with their life. They walk that girl down the aisle. They give her a life that she could only dream of.
Right.
So I think that probably would be what happens, but a lot of men speak very ignorantly, before they hold that baby for the first time.
I read somewhere today that Matt was an actor and that he was using her. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's old
that was a
news, but
long
yeah,
time.
Yeah, I think we the ones. I think we talked about that first because
yeah,
there was some weird low budget stuff he was acting in.
Tubi movie or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
and
every movie they named, I never heard of.
oh
Yeah,
no,
he's like a tough guy in the movie, even though he's like not actually tough.
yeah, and I think that when he saw her in the gym, I think he clocked her. He knew who she was, and I think he saw his end.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
you know how there's certain people, I don't want to say their name, but they were like, "Oh, this they didn't know I was on TV and we met and they were nice to me." No, I think that it was a clocked situation. I think he knew exactly who she was. He might have pretended that he had no idea who she was, but I think when he saw her, he was like, "This is my in. This is so." And I think he went out of his way to insert himself into her life because he knew that that was going to improve his life. A lot of times when celebrities or A-listers or reality stars, because look at Britney Spears. Britney Spears has never met anybody to date that didn't work for her at some point. They always
Right.
have to have had a job, and they can pretend like, oh, I didn't know who she was. Get the fuck out. You know who she was, and you knew that she had more money than you did, and you knew that getting her pregnant was going to improve your life.
That's right.
That's
Look at
exactly
Yeah,
Kevin Fine.
because there aren't that many like famous people in Michigan other than like Eminem and Jasmine.
well, right. Like who can you imagine if you're Matt and you're at Planet Fitness and you see Jasmine working out on the machine across from you, you're like, I just won the fucking lottery.
Yep.
Like
And
I
her man ain't
won,
giving her none. I'm gonna tap
right?
that ass up and get her stuck.
Exactly. That was and he took her in the
Yeah.
parking lot and he
He,
banged her back out, and that was all it took.
That's
yeah,
all it took.
he probably offered like, hey, do you need a spot? And then he put his like crotch next to her head.
Which was probably
Exactly.
the closest.
Exactly. And that's all it took.
Right, because that was the closest she'd been to a crotch in a long time. So
That's
that's
right.
all it took. And
And the
now,
rest is history.
and
He
now
could have
he's
rubbed
there.
that shit from the outside of her clothes and she would have got an orgasm.
Well, right. And now he's verified on Instagram. That's all it took. So yeah, I definitely think that he clocked her. He knew what was going on. He knew that getting her pregnant was going to help his career. And I don't want to defend Jasmine, but I think he probably was poking holes in the condoms.
Mm.
Oh.
Because she keeps saying, I don't know how this happened. And I was like, well, I kind of think you do. But I was like, well, maybe
Yep.
maybe she don't. Maybe because a lot of times he knew getting her pregnant was a way better opportunity for him than just sleeping with her.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because she
Yeah.
could get rid of him just like she got rid of Gino. So he was like, if we had a baby, you can't really get rid of me. As much as you want to, I still have to be there. And I think that was his plan.
Yeah, well,
What do you think about that remark he made to her in the baby store when he said, they were outside when he told her that, Matt told Jasmine that now I see what Gino was going through.
Yeah, I saw that. He was like,
Yeah.
see why he didn't want to touch you. You're yelling all the time, and you're so.
Yep.
And I'm sure when they first started dating, like, well, he's always into like cars, and then they were probably like banging so much. She was like a race car because she was burning 4 rubbers a day. Oh,
I'm sure she was. Once she got a taste, she didn't want to give it up. Because Jasmine always acted like a freak when she was with Gino. She always acted like she was a freak. Sucking toes and doing all that. Come on.
She was a hornball. She's like a teenage boy.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that in the beginning, Matt might not have realized that she was a crazy succubus because they were banging all the time. And
right.
She didn't have time to yell at him because they were banging. And I think also she got to the point, because when women get to a certain stage of pregnancy, they don't want nobody all up on them all the time.
Right.
They don't feel sexy enough for you to be mounting them. So that's probably when she started showing her true colors and started acting like Jasmine. And then he was like, whoa, now I see why now I see why Gino was telling me that you were the problem. You are the fucking problem. He was like, I didn't even realize it. And I was like, that's your fault because you trapped her. So now she's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
She got so damn mad when he said that because she knew it was true.
It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
True. Well,
it's one tone. It's crying and screaming loudly at people. That's her only tone.
Yep.
All right. Well, any final thoughts? Because it's getting late on a school night.
I don't
Nope,
have.
I'm good. It was good talking to everybody.
Oh,
true.
I want to say that Uncle Marco was back, and I was happy to see him. So.
Yes, yeah. I love that man.
Lana, you heard when he was on our podcast, right?
I did. I was on that night. He was so funny. He was so cool.
He was drunk, but yeah.
Yeah,
he was so cool. When he said, let's go over there and whoop their ass.
I know. That's my energy, right? That's me. I'm like, drop the Addy, let's go over there. That's so my energy. So I was like, damn, that's my uncle too, because that's totally how I handle things.
Yep.
True. And yeah, I'm proud of you, Lana, for what. Well, oh, wait, hold on. Let me ask you, like, because you were talking about like old seasons of Love Island. So you had watched it before I started watching it?
Oh, yeah. I used to, when it first started, I watched probably the first 5 seasons. And then after that, it started getting disgustingly gross. And I just stopped watching all the kissing and all of that and slobbing and it was just gross. But now it's not so bad like it was in the beginning.
Okay, I didn't realize you were an expert. We might have to go to you for like tea and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I used to watch it all the time. Like when they walked in, I knew exactly who they were.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought you were like a convert, like we converted you or something.
Oh, well, we did convert her. We're like George says, we're one step closer to the Escalade.
Yeah,
that's right.
We're very.
I love it now. I love it.
True, yeah, it's a breath of fresh air, and yeah, to the people that listen to our podcast that are 90 Day fans that don't watch Love Island, you might as well get on board, I guess.
Yep, get on board.
True. All right, well, I think we should end it because I got to get up on Tuesdays early because unlike Jasmine, I can't just be on mommy influencer status.
On Cameo and OnlyFans.
I can't show my snatch like Jasmine.
On OnlyFans, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't either, unfortunately.
true.
Maybe feet pictures. Maybe feet pictures.
Who knows?
Maybe I could try. We'll see how it goes.
True. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna end it because I gotta get to bed. So
Okay, bye,
thank you.
guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, George. Thank you, Gina. Let me give shout outs to our live listeners: Amberlee, my girl Felicity, Iggy, Laurie, Nikki, Pineapple Girl. So yeah, thank you, everyone. And I guess I'm gonna do my outro, which is thank you, everyone, for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a
On a Monday.
Monday.
Peace
Good
out.
night.
Night, night.